Hey guys, if you're new here, my name's Cheyenne and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about my chronic illnesses and my disabilities. I already filmed this video once, but unfortunately my mic died and I didn't have any audio when I went to go edit it, so I'm recording it again. I have another health update to share with you guys because quite a bit has happened since I last updated you. I went and saw my specialist for my IIH, and she has decided that I need brain surgery because even though my neurologist is willing to put me on up to 4 grams of my Diamox, she says that that would only create more complications in my body that we would have to start medicating for, and that's not a good thing for my body weight to be on more than the 1 gram I'm already taking. So she says the next best option is the brain surgery because she doesn't think I would have a good life if I was medicating that heavily. I have already had the MRI and MRV done to find out if I need a shunt or a stent, and basically the results of that will depend on which one I get, but the shunt is where I will get a pump placed under my skin here against my skull, and there will be a tube that will go down inside my neck and down into my stomach where it will drain the fluid there. Or I would get a stent, which they would go in through a vein in my arm, I believe, and they would go up to my brain and put in a tube or a wire of some sort that holds open the vein in my brain that would allow the fluid to flow out better that way as well. So basically, we just need to find out which one I qualify for, and then I need to do a few more things before I can get the brain surgery because they need to still do a lumbar puncture and make sure my pressure is high. My neurologist says there's a possibility that my pressure is too low because I'm on so much medication. I don't think that's the case though because I know my body pretty well, and every time we upped the medication, I did feel a little better for a good amount of time until the effect wore off and it feels like the medication just isn't working anymore. So now all of my symptoms are back, and he just wants to make sure that it is still high pressure rather than low pressure before we do the brain surgery, just in case there's a chance that I just need to stop the medication altogether and see how I feel. And then if I still have high pressure during that lumbar puncture, that will indicate that I do need the brain surgery and we can continue forward with it. I'm supposed to call my neurologist and have him get the lumbar puncture rolling, but unfortunately I wasn't able to reach his office. I called 3 times, and I guess they don't have an answering machine that I could leave a message at because it just kept ringing and ringing every time. So I gave up, and I'm guessing I'll just talk to him about it at my next appointment, which is in 2 weeks. Brain surgery really scares me because I don't think that's anything easy to go through, and I hope that I can heal well after and there aren't many complications, but unfortunately with brain surgery there is always the chance that I'll need revisions in the future, especially if the equipment that they put in my body ever breaks down or stops working, then they would need to go in and fix it or replace it. I'm definitely nervous about getting brain surgery, but at the same time, I'm kind of excited at the idea of getting off my medication because it causes so many symptoms. I'm really hoping that the recovery after the surgery goes well because I've looked at a couple videos on YouTube and stuff, and it seems like everyone was able to resume their usual activities pretty quick, so I'm hoping that it'll be the same for me. I do plan on making everything about the lumbar puncture and the brain surgery into a video and putting it here on my YouTube. So if anyone's interested in that, please subscribe. Another thing that I want to talk to my neurologist about is the possibility of seizures. I want to ask him if there's any way that we could track the possibility of me having seizures or anything, because I have been getting a bunch of little spasms throughout my body and certain muscles, and with them I feel this type of almost zap feeling in my brain, and I decided to post on Tumblr about it to see if anyone in the disabled community has felt anything similar. And a couple people mentioned certain types of seizures or the beginning of seizure activity. So I guess I should probably mention it to him so that he can rule it out. If it's not that, then hopefully he can recommend a doctor who can help me figure out what it is instead. But I think it would just be safe to just rule it out anyway, especially because IIH can cause seizures if the pressure gets too high. So I don't know if we need to be concerned about that at all. I'm trying not to freak myself out though. Unfortunately, it does make driving feel a bit unsafe because when it does happen in the car while I'm driving, it does make me feel a bit dazed, and I don't really like feeling that way behind the wheel. So I feel like it could be concern for if I should be driving still or not, but I don't want to worry too much until I talk to my doctor. So I guess I will be seeing what he says about that and where we're going to go for that. Unfortunately, my boyfriend is probably going home soon. We are long distance, so he has to go home at some point. But unfortunately, that means he probably won't be here for the brain surgery, and I'm gonna miss his love and constant reassurance. But I will have my parents there for the surgery, and I know that they'll do the best they can at helping me and supporting me through it. And I'm hoping that I'll have some support here on YouTube as well. I will keep you guys updated along the way, and like I said, I'll be posting a whole video about it, or maybe a series of videos, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, if you'd like to stay tuned and follow along, please subscribe. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I'll see you later. Bye.